In this video, we're going to introduce the ZumEdge product line. ZumEdge adds I/O capability to FreeWave's ZoomLink wireless platform. It's also capable of running software at the edge to interact with I/O using FreeWave's IQ software solution. The ZumEdge product comes as a DIN rail mountable radio base. It has 2 serial ports, 1 Ethernet port, and a micro USB port for configuration. To add I/O to a ZumEdge base, you simply snap on an IOEX expansion module. We support up to 15 expansion modules, and each IOEX module provides 12 I/O channels. To demonstrate the capabilities of ZumEdge, I've set up a ZumEdge unit and linked it to a ZoomLink gateway. Specifically, we're using the Z9PE2 as our gateway. I've now connected an I/O box to the ZumEdge, and I've connected to the ZoomLink gateway with an Ethernet cable. We're now logged into the ZumEdge endpoint over the ZoomLink wireless network. To see the attached I/O, we're going to click Local I/O at the top. The ZumEdge radio base will read the attached expansion modules and display all of the channels available. To configure a channel, we click the Configure icon. We have a simple push button attached to channel 1. So we're going to configure this as a digital input. We'll save that change and then exit. To see the current status of that input, we're going to expand the menu for channel 1. To enable the monitor mode, slide this button in the upper right hand corner to the right. Now every 5 seconds we'll see the values update for this channel. If I hold down our push button, you'll see the input state change from high to low, and you'll also see the pulse counter increment every time that push button is pressed. If I push the button a number of times, at the next update of 5 seconds, you'll see the total number of counts there. The ZumEdge endpoint is built around the Modbus protocol, but if you want to build your own software, you can also use an API key to look at specific points of data. As I mentioned earlier, you can also use the ZumEdge platform to run applications at the edge of your network. In this example, we've used Node-RED, a graphical programming environment, to create 2 small applications. The first application reads our push button status every 500 milliseconds through a Modbus register. It decides if that button was pushed, and if it was, it'll create a message and it will publish that message to the cloud. Our second application here will read the input status counter, so how many times that button has been pressed. Since we don't want to send that every 1 second or every 500 milliseconds, we have a limiter here that we're only going to publish that message once every 10 seconds. We do some formatting and then we publish it to the cloud. Since I have my laptop attached to a Wi-Fi network, we're able to publish messages from the ZumEdge unit directly to the cloud. To see the dashboard we've created, we're going to head over to HiveMQ, which is an enterprise broker for the MQTT protocol. I still have the push button in my hand here, and when I push the button, you'll see messages being published on this dashboard that resides in the cloud. And every 10 seconds, you'll see an update from our digital input status counter. In closing, I'd like to note the ZumEdge I/O platform is just one component in the FreeWave solution to edge networks. FreeWave networks combine long-range connectivity, edge computing, and I/O sensing. These capabilities ensure a complete solution for last-mile networks. For more information, be sure to visit freewave.com.